Buenas tardes, YouTube. Welcome to my channel, Better Monday Fasting. Today, I'll be talking about face yoga. So this video is going to be on face yoga. Before we get started, I just wanted to make it clear that nothing I share in this video or on the channel, it's medical advice. So please do your own research. That being said, let's start with yoga. So the big news, we had two big news this week, but the first big news of the week was I released my book. The Kindle edition is out. The book is called For a Better Monday. There are about 58 chapters, and it's all pretty much on fasting and healthy living. And I have one chapter in there that is called Other Tools. So besides fasting, I developed, it's not like I developed them myself, but I integrated like 19 tools that aren't like fasting. You know, it's a different, those are tools to support the fasting experience. So, and one of them is face yoga. So it might sound a little funny, like what is face yoga? So I discovered on YouTube, thanks to this Japanese woman called Masumi, and she has a channel. I think she has like millions of followers, and she does those like face yoga videos. Follow along. And it's very Japanese style, like there's all these like graphics, and it's very well done. So there's a timer, there's some music, and there's some icons to tell you, you know, if you have to rotate your, spin your tongue, like it tells you. And she's doing it like, actually the video, like follow along. So she's doing it, it's a real time. So all you have to do is like put the video and follow with her. And there are even videos that's like really fascinating. There are even videos where I think she takes like older videos of her, and so you see the older video of her doing the exercise, and then she integrates an image of a newer version of her following along of her video, you know. And she's always speaking, and so she has a very, very cute like Japanese accent, but she speaks, I mean, it's English, and yeah, I mean, it's very. So once you start doing the face yoga, it really like it really makes a difference. Like, I mean, you'll see, you start doing the exercises, and you. Like within a minute, you start feeling all these muscles on your face, and so I always try when I have an off moment. Like, I mean, if it's not awkward socially, I try to do those face yoga exercises when I'm in the sauna. I do them, but I mean the best is to do it like to do them like with the videos with her. I mean, it's another level, because I do them too, and you know, I feel and stuff, but like her videos, they're about, I mean, some of them are 10 minutes, some of them are 20 minutes, some of them they repeat. I mean, it just makes sense. Usually she takes, you know, one muscle group, and she works like those. So it's very yeah, it makes more sense, because for a while I was like, oh, okay, you know, I learned enough, because it was like in 2022, like I was doing them like very like regularly, and then I was just like, oh, I got them, so I can do them whenever. And now, like the past weeks, I've been back to the Masumi Channel, and it's not the same thing when I do them randomly myself or when I do them following the videos. So I highly recommend following the, doing it, follow along with the videos. It's another, it's way more efficient. And besides the fact that, it's gonna, affect you positively physically, I think you're gonna be more toned. It's like a natural Botox, so to speak, So besides that, it's a great mood lifter, So if you have a little break, you're on your computer, you want to kind of, you've been working for a while and you want to kind of take a little break. Yeah, it's for that. It's really, it's also amazing. Yeah, because also it brings like blood to your face, and she has more than because she also has massage exercises, and also she has a lot of like stretching, the neck exercises and all that. And yeah, so it's a good combo. Like it's a good, it's a mood lifter. Like if you do them regularly, then you'll see results. It's like it really, it starts making you look younger, like more. Those are like muscles, and I think the fact like we bring some blood to that area. It affects the entire face, and I have also like purchased two. It's like a little tools. It's called the Jaw Riser, Jaw's Rise, something like that. Like I can never pronounce the name, but it's so I'm gonna do my daily grounding. Yeah, I like this tree here, and so yeah, I used to do them like near the avenue, but it's a little bit noisy for the videos over there. So I started doing them here, and here we have a tree that we can hug. It's always feels always nice to hug a tree, and yeah. So I was talking about that. It's actually like a rubber thing, and so you put in your mouth, and you start like doing those jaw exercises, and it's pretty advanced. It actually comes with like two plastic parts that are screwed on the rubber. And the thing is, like, you can do, the first time you get it, you put in boiling water, the whole thing, and those plastic structures, you just bite in them, and it takes like it kind of molds your teeth, so you can really have a good grasp. And you can do like 3-4 times. Like if you didn't if it wasn't a good take, you can put it back in boiling water, and it kind of brings back the plastic to being flat, and you do it again, and once you have it, you put it in cold water, and then it stays like that, and then you have it just custom made for you. And I really so I had the blue one. I think it's the lighter one. And then after a while, I got it wasn't enough, so I purchased the purple one. And I think there's the black one. Black one is there are several of them. It's a whole like there's a huge marketing thing going on, but it works that too. Like it's a good tool, and it's kind of weird. Like sometimes, like it's not always very practical, because one, like at least for me, it makes me want to vomit, so it's kind of and also like you tend to drool drool a lot. Like, so the solution I found was like the book. What's his name? James Clear, I think his name. I apologize if I don't remember the name correctly, but there's this book called Atomic Habits, and in the book there's a chapter. I don't know if it's a chapter or a section. He talks about stacking habits. You know, like if you stack habits, then it allows you. I mean, one habit will trigger another habit, and some of them you can do them at the same time, and that way, it makes it easier to integrate the good habits into your schedule, without having this huge like to-do list of habits. I'm gonna let the truck pass. So what I've been doing is I've been using the Joe's Rise. Joe's, I think it's like that. I've been using it under the shower. So I mean, a shower, it's a habit, so you're gonna shower anyways. And then when I'm showering, I put it in my mouth and start doing my exercises. And so one, it makes me I stack habits, so each time I shower I use it. And also the drooling thing is less of an issue because I'm already wet, already naked, so that works for that. Yeah, it's a good tool. I mean, it's a little bit more involved, and yeah, it's involved in the sense that, yeah, when you're gonna be drooling, it kind of gives you that reflex of vomiting, and it's in your mouth, so you have to like you're breathing. I mean, it's kind of, yeah. And then it's I mean, he has, I think, several the designer, like the business owner, he has different exercises where you can also do tongue exercises with it. You can, you know, push with the tongue and everything. But yeah, I still have a personal preference with for the face yoga, and it's really, you're using it's like very like natural, and it's also very challenging. I mean, after a while you get like, depending on the exercises, you're getting like certain muscles of your face, it starts burning, you know. It's like, it's really, it's I mean, she calls us that, like they call it face yoga, but it's almost like a face workout, you know. And I use both, like it's a good combination. And yeah, so that was my video for face yoga. And if you're interested, my book is called For a Better Monday, and in that chapter called Other Tools, there are 19 tools. Let's see if I can remember all of them top of my head. But you have cold, hot showers, you have sauna, you have massage, you have meditation, you have writing, you have face yoga, you have grounding, what I'm doing right now. You have grounding, you have breathing exercises. Yeah, that too, I should do a video on that. That's really powerful. Sun bathing. To that we can add, I mean, there are all of those like eyes exercises that we can do with sun gazing, and you know, like I mean, you got to be careful, like not to burn your retina, but like, I mean, you can, you know, close one eye, open it, close, or start like winking and try to take like it's also training, like it takes time. I mean, maybe start when, you know, at dawn or dusk, you know, and little by little. Yeah, I mean, I don't recommend like sun gazing at noon in Texas during the summer. You know, it's like it could be dangerous. Even now, it's yeah, and there are techniques like to get used to, and I think it's very. I mean, the eye, it's a light-based tool, and and that really helps with I mean, it should help with the vision, but also with all the hormones, you know. It releases certain hormones. So I have some bad things. Dry brushing, dry brushing. That's also one of the tools I have. I think massages. I already talked about that. Riding. Yeah, those are the ones. Juicing. Yeah, juicing. It can be really powerful if you can afford to get a slow juicer. Just be careful not put way too much fruits. You know, more vegetables than fruits. And yeah, juicing can be very good. And one of them is also like yeah, researching like physiological principles. And I also make a separate video for that. Like yeah, I mean, it's especially on those like longer fasts, we have a lot of time in our hands, you know, since we're not eating, we're not cooking, and we're fasting. So like fasting is challenging us, and a good way I found to, you know, like to stay focused on fasting was like doing research on the physiological principles and what's going on inside the body while fasting and all that. What happens is, like, I mean, it makes time go by, you know, if you're doing those long fasts, and also it motivates you, you know. It's very motivating because you know what's going on. For example, like if you study autophagy, like things like that, then you're like, okay, that's what's going on, and that's what's going on inside me. So it gives you one more reason to keep fasting, you know. And so that's also like I put it as a tool. And then there's the keto diet. I mean, I put it twice. I put it as there's also a chapter on the different diets I experimented with. So it's a diet, but it's also a tool because, like, I mean, it really, like, in combination with fasting, it really helped me a lot. Like it's yeah, not consuming carbs, and I mean low carbs and no sugar, no processed sugar. It's great. It's great for mental clarity, for energy levels, and since I've been hooked. Like, I'm on keto. It's been more than a year and a half, and I don't forbid anything to myself. I mean, if I want to eat anything, I could, but I don't want to because it just works so well. It just works so well that I'm hooked. You know, I'm hooked to the. Actually, I'm not hooked to keto. I'm hooked to productivity and feeling that way. And I know that it comes partially from keto, so I don't want to lose it. You know. So with all these like little tools, like I'm gonna finish the video on that note. It's that with all these tools, it's like sometimes, you know, we know in life we're caught into a down-going, like a spiral, you know, like things are going, you know, we're feeling older every year, we're getting like, I mean, things are not going in the right direction. That used to happen to me like between, yeah, in my late 30s to 41. That's when I started the fasting journey. So we need to at one point stop that downward spiral and start the spiral that goes upwards, you know. And so like right now, you know, I'm grounding. So it looks like nothing, you know, 6 minutes a day. And if you only do that, I don't know if it'll make a huge difference in your life. But you know, once you're like fasting regularly and you have those like 19 tools, and I'm sure there are more, and you're doing those things, so you're grounding, you're dry brushing, you're sunbathing, you're walking, you're I don't know if I put walking, but walking is a very important one. You know, you're getting massage, you're eating keto. Well, all those things, like, you know, they support like healthy behavior, and after a while they start adding up, you know. And things like breathing exercises, if you can really integrate them into your routine, it's exponential. You know, if you, I mean, just with breathing exercises you can get a lot done. I mean, it's very, very powerful. And that's another thing that amazes me in all those tools, including fasting. I mean, fasting, breathing exercise, and for example, sun bath, walking, grounding. I mean, all those are free. You know, I mean, you don't have to buy anything. And fasting is the master tool. But meditation, all those are very, very, very powerful, and they are free. So yeah, I mean, I think we should take advantage of that, you know, like so that's why I always say, you know, before looking for an outside solution, I mean, look for the solution inside. I think the solution is inside of us. You know, it's very yeah. Even if you're, for example, lacking of something, you're lacking iron, you're looking, like, you know. So the idea is like, I have to get that, you know, in my mouth. But how about, I mean, can you assimilate all that? You know, what's the status of your intestines, and what's the status of your kidneys, and, you know, like, so maybe you have to do like some work on yourself before, because maybe you're lacking of nutrients because you're not absorbing well, because maybe your intestines are super dirty, and so those are things to think about. It's like with fasting, that's what I learned. I mean, the solution is inside. Of course, you're going to support with. I mean, the sun is not inside of me. Like you're going to get some nutrients, and when I say nutrients, it's not only food. It's also like, I mean, the sun. I see it as nutrient, like the air. Everything that is not. That we don't necessarily put in our mouth, but those are also, I mean, walking on the sand, swimming in the ocean, things like that. It's like we're getting something out of it. So yeah, that was my video on face yoga. And face yoga, I mean, it's very simple, but if you integrate it, like it's gonna lift your mood, like it's gonna help your circulation, and it's gonna make you look better. I mean, for me, like, it's a little bit a personal thing, but as a heterosexual man, like, my body part, like favorite body part in a woman, it's the bone structure, is the face, and the bone structure of the face, like that really, for me, that's the sexiest thing, you know. And then if they carry themselves well, and the way they speak and all that, like it adds up. But when I see like high cheekbones, like I see that, you know, like it's I think it's very, very attractive. Like and I think for maybe from the heterosexual woman perspective, it's like you know, they like guys with the big jawline, things like that. So there is something about that, you know. And I read a book. It was called Jaws. It was kind of, wasn't too fun to read, but it's all about this phenomena of that we're keeping our mouth like open instead of, you know, closing them, and also the food we're eating is getting so like soft that now you have people with, you know, no jawline, and like that, like the mouth open, and it's a phenomenon, especially in the Western countries, you know. So it was a book. It wasn't like I mean, I think it's a good book to get information, but it wasn't like, I didn't enjoy to read that much, but it's interesting. It's interesting that there's there's that. So we have to fight against that, you know. So jaw exercises, tongue exercises, face yoga, and also, yeah, I mean, eat some. You know, don't eat McDonald's. You know, get yourself like a steak and chew on it. You know, and that too we should take advantage of. You know, eating real food so it maintains. When you look at in nature, I mean, you look at the modern time humans. You know, they have all like the screwed up teeth, and I mean, have you ever seen a lion with the screwed up teeth? You know, it's like they're perfect. Like, you know, it's usually. Why? Because they're using it. Like they're using it every day, like or every time they eat. So, and so that's something to keep in mind. So that was the video for the face yoga. I'll put I'll put the links below. There are several people. There's Masumi, but there's also there's an Indian lady. There's another lady. I discovered there's some good stuff. And yeah, hopefully it will be helpful to you in your journey to health. Thanks you for watching. I see you in another video.